So let's go through them. Kilo and I will talk you through the map bands. Kilo will talk through the map bands because I know what's already coming, what's in place. So Kilo, I'll let you do this one.
You
Take it over.
spoil it for yourself every week, Adam. You spoil it for yourself every week. But you are doing the observation, so you do need to set the map there every week when it does come through. So first, I'm thinking between these two teams, they really don't want to go to Coastline. You don't take 7F to Coastline, as we saw last week. They're very strong on that frag-heavy map. So
Consulate, I believe. Consulate.
Consulate's going to be out. Yeah, Consulate was the big one. But Coastline is another one of those very frag-heavy maps. So either of them, I don't think we're going to see this match unless Orgless has some weird trick up their sleeve. But Clubhouse is going to be the first one off for 7F. That's the more technical and structured map choice, so it makes sense that 7F take it off because they can't just rely on their gun skill. They do need a little bit of smarts to get through it. The next one off the table will be Cafe. Cafe is one of those very heavy on the runouts, very heavy on the peaks, and from 7F you can see that they would choose to do a lot of those things just in the way they play. Oregon is going to be next, another one of those structured and slower type maps off the 7F.
This is looking like a fragger map, isn't it?
It's looking like it's going to be a fragger map. Consulate is out. I think we might be going to Villa or Chalet. Coastline is not going to stay in, and we'll see. It's going to be Villa, I reckon. Coastline is not going to be taken to by Orgless if they have that smart knowledge that we're going to be seeing.
Johnny's teasing you here.
Yeah, he is. I'm waiting for it.
Our production guy, J-Rolls, is teasing you.
Yeah, Coastline's out, and it's Villa. As predicted, they don't want to take it to Coastline.
Definitely.
7F starting on defense there.
They are. This is going to be interesting. We do love this map. Kilo loves this map. He likes to see them downstairs roams. He loves the bottom basement. He loves seeing players getting down there and getting creative with the map. So let's get stuck in, and good luck to the players, and we'll see you guys in the map.
Gonna leave you pause there.
There we go.
Here we go.
Sorry, it took me a few clicks to get it off.
Villa, here we go. Operator bans. Now, difference in operator bans for these two teams will be that Orgless will want to try and take away some of 7F's gun power, and 7F will want to take away some of the utility that Orgless will be able to bring. So there's the utility taken away from the Thatcher. Now, Orgless, I'd like to almost see either an Ace or a Twitch ban coming out, or even an Ash, or one of those more frag operators that 7F do like to bring, even an IQ. But no, the Jackal is going to be the one that goes out, allowing Orgless and 7F to have a little bit more comfortability on the roam. In terms of defense, I think we're going to see a Cade, Mirror, even an Ella be brought out or taken out off the board. What do you think for the last one, Adam?
Pretty sure it's going to be a Cade? An obscure band, maybe a Valkyrie? Ella shotgun. Okay, yeah. The Ella shotgun's off the map.
Absolute menace on the console scene. All right, now let's get stuck into round one. Orgless on attack, 7F on defense. Have a few of these names are a little bit different on Orgless's side, and that's because they will be chopping and changing their roster week in, week out, depending on people's availability. They didn't have a stable roster at the beginning of the season, so no one's sort of committed to those next 5 weeks anyway. I think Bunk is the only one. Bunk and Boof are the only two that we've seen from last week.
Boof, Bunk, Clout is there, which is Jay. He was there, and Aaron might be there. I didn't see Shrexnan, but I do like the name. I think that's that's a cracker.
That's a creative name.
That's a good one. But
that's a creative name.
Yeah, as you see, the same 7F lineup completely from last, same as that we've seen pretty much the whole season, I believe. Rella, Spying Eye, Doki, Lacoste, and Exoxy. I think oddly enough, you pointed out that they have shared. I know Exoxy's got 3 MVPs in the 5 matches, but they are sharing them. They are sharing them.
Exoxy has got
Yeah.
the 3 MVPs, but no one else on 7F has managed to take an MVP.
Yeah.
So we are going to see a trophy statuary defense first from 7F here. Frost being brought, so we are going to have some of those frost mats, or pog mats as they're called. Putting the roam from the Valkyrie. Valkyrie would have been an interesting one to see banned as well.
Yeah, I think she's really strong on this map. I think she contributes a lot. Frost is very much in the meta on this map in play, isn't she? Very, very meta orientated, very meta heavy.
We've seen some of the teams in the league use that Frost incredibly well, and even with the, I guess, weaker gun that she has got, he's still managed to frag out through just being creative with the operator.
Look like a full study take here. Like 3 are committed to this study take. It looks like Lacoste is going to get an early skirmish here. Ooh.
The Spying Eye finding Bunk straight off the bat. Boof managing to trade out and finding Doki. Free Fire coming out through into that vault area. Free Fire's also going through, I believe that's the Norway window there. Exoxy on the roam, looking down 90 hallway. Lacoste trying to find another one. Shrek's Nan being taken out by Exoxy, and that would have been the 90 roam. In classical 90 now, looking at 2 on that balcony. Manages to find the Ayana, but not managing to land a kill. Jekt does go in and find Exoxy. Lacoste trading out Jekt, and that is a 2v3 on the side of 7F. Lacoste still on that Norway window, looking out. Finding the shot onto Aaron, looking for the flick onto the second one. Does tag Boof up a lot. Boof on just a lick of health. Lacoste also on that lick of health, but can go a little bit more aggressive as he has 2 teammates to back him up. Finds the last shot, and that is 1 round down. 7F take it.
Oh, Lacoste, what a huge round. Hitting some nasty shots there, Kilo. My word, was he big in that round. Eddie's beautiful flank. I thought Eddie was going to wipe the team, to be honest. I thought Exoxy was going to get around there, and I was like, oh, this is trouble. This is trouble here, because Exoxy had a beautiful flank through 90, got the kill, took control, just had... I think the rate of fire was probably the difference between the weapons in that gunfight, although the damage on Frost's gun is great. Yeah.
That's the problem with Frost, is you don't have that rate of fire to back up some of those holds that you have. You have to play a little bit more passive with Frost, but Exoxy showing you that it can be done even when aggressing with it as well.
Lacoste mopped up beautifully. Beautiful 3k in that round. He's looking very sharp to start off the match.
Incredibly.
Very nice shots.
Eye switching onto the castle for the kitchen dining room hold.
Yep, like it. Pretty stock standard.
I'm not seeing a lot of C4s. Only one from Lacoste potentially. Vigil not being able to carry them. He's got the
kits,
impacts. A couple of other operators without the capability to bring those C4s.
Do you like the Doki on the Vigil? I think that's really cool to see, and they're going to really roam hard, I believe, with him. So he's an aggressive player. Doki likes to get in the faces of the enemy team and create a little bit of havoc and chaos in those roams. So nice to see him out and about on the Vigil. It's an off-meta pick sometimes, I guess we say, don't we, Kilo?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different pick.
Yeah.
It's usually brought when there's a lot of drone work, and you can sort of bamboozle the attackers with your drone, or the lack of being able to be droned, but you are going to still have a rough area idea of where Doki's going to be when he is using that gadget.
Yeah.
Having Rella on the... I'm not seeing a lot of anchor potential here. Maybe the Spying Eye and Lacoste 2 anchor, 3 roaming is what they could be setting up for. Rella might go on just more of a soft roam and try and hold a bit of an angle.
Really see the push here. Okay, they're a little bit all over the joint here. Looks like he's going to take an early gunfight here, Bung, against Doki.
He looks like he's ready to take that, though, as he rotates back up those brown stairs. Not really wanting to aggress too much onto that. He's going to hold his position and see if he can waste some time over on the other side of the map to where the objective is.
Doki's going to get aggressive here.
going aggressive, but doesn't exactly know where the player on Orgless is. So he's going to hold the study angle and just make sure that he can be there to swing when need be. Finding a player in 90, he is going to get that off the camera call, but he is going to trade off most of his health for that, and that is Aaron off the board. Bunk is going to fill the hole that's been left by rotation from Doki. Jekt going to be tagged up quite a bit from Exoxy there. Exoxy might go for the run out, but no, he's missed the shot on the pixel. He's going to swing it and not pre-fire as he goes through, which is a lot unlike Exoxy usually.
Very good skill though. Very good skill to back off there. Right play.
Lacoste finding Boof, and that puts Orgless in a 3v5 deficit.
Ooh.
7F looking to find just another pick and just completely stunt the push of Orgless here. One of the goo mines, stopping Jekt in his tracks and slowing that pace just down a little bit.
Like, they're setting up okay, but they've just lost 2 bodies in trying to get what they wanted, the control that they wanted. So they do have the control now, but it's unfortunate the bodies have lost on the way trying to get it without getting a trade frag that's hurt him out.
And there was no place for those trades to come out. Lacoste coming up those Astro stairs. He is going to have that Nomad air jab that we saw get placed just earlier. He's going to find the Nomad though and look for the C4 for the second. Blows it, but it's a little bit off angle for what he needs it to be. Exoxy taken out by Shrek's Nan. Absolutely banger of a name. Lacoste finding Jekt. And that is a 1v4 for Shrek's Nan. Is he going to be able to do it? He takes one down, but does not find the spying eye on the castle, who finishes off the round with that UMP.
Oh, and Lacoste is going big for his team right now. Kilo, he is looking very sharp, getting 2 kills with that shotgun. Beautiful form on Lacoste. He's got a back-to-back 3Ks. 2 kills on the shotgun and SMG 11 kill. It was beautiful. Beautiful to watch.
I think he's seen the MVP stats and gone, I want it this week. Eddie, you've had enough, Eddie. It's my turn.
Eddie on 4 assists.
Mum said it's my turn with the MVP.
Eddie'd be pretty dirty right now. He's got 4 tags. He's tagged 4 people. So, 2-0. Good start. Positives, I guess, for... If we're going to look at the positives for Orgless, I'd say Shrek looked all right in that round. They are getting control. They did have control. It did take them 2 bodies to get it, and they were a little bit disjointed with their push at the start, but it did resemble something of a take, which was good to see. After the first round was a bit of a rabble, but that round was a much better looking round for them in terms of what they were trying to do.
It looked a lot better. They actually did manage to get a lot more map control than they did have last time. They managed to actually push in and take that a little counter strat coming out here. The Ying being switched off, but Exoxy bringing the Warden to try and counter that Ying that is no longer on the board and has been switched for the Ace.
Like seeing this Goyo pick too. I haven't seen him very often so far in the league killer. It's a nice pick. Very niche pick again from Doki.
We are going to be seeing an AVG hold here, which is usually the primary site for most teams in these sort of competitive scenarios. The spying eye putting a couple of ADSs on the top of Brown, maybe to hold, get a player behind a shield to hold that. I'm not seeing a lot of shields, but I'm seeing a lot of C4s, which is really what should have been brought last round. But we've got the 2 shields from Doki that are not on the top Brown stairs where we usually see them. Pre-fires are going to be coming out to break open the study door, and it looks like it's going to be more of a study take onto AVG. If we've seen anything from that first round, one of the C4s used to make a rotate by Relapser.
Can't seem to locate. So yeah, the 4, you're right. It's a full study take. They're going from under and they're going to work their way up red stairs, I believe, yeah. We got 1 repelled. Ooh. Oh, my word.
Ooh, Lacoste onto Shrek's Nan. That's a very nasty shot. He's going for a second. Does find the second on eject, and that's once again 2 bodies off the board early for Orgless.
He is having a monster game.
Playing incredibly well, and Lacoste leading that charge with 8 kills and 0 deaths. The man is unstoppable tonight. We talk a lot about Eddie, but he's mainly playing these supporting roles a little bit more tonight. than we usually see him play.
I think that's a great sign of a good leader, letting your team
Lacoste
shine as
is
well.
going to be taken out by Bunk, though,
Ooh.
as he gets way too aggressive. Exoxy is going to be able to refrag him onto Bunk.
Talk about signs of a great leader, Kilo. You know, having the ability to switch it up and play different roles for your team and let them have some kills and some fun roles is really good of Exoxy.
Yeah, it's fantastic for Exoxy to show that he has depth as a player. He's not just a gunner. As Aaron takes out the spying eye and takes it back to a 3v2. No, 1v3 as Exoxy does find one onto Boof. And it's just Aaron to lead Orgless out of the pit that they've found themselves in. Rella does know where he is, or it's just a random pre-fire. But they're able to hold these crosses onto where Aaron is. He does not find Exoxy's head, but Exoxy finds his. And that is round 3 to 7F.
I believe Aaron was the one that got the first pick on the sport Lacoste, I think it was. So they knew that he was down there, the buck was still down there, and he didn't move, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But oh my god, is Lacoste going big, Kilo. Oof.
When you take those shots, you really need to move and change your position so that later in the round, you're not going to be stuck inside of Art Vault. You're not going to be stuck in those almost one-way streets. You really need to be able to move and have that agility to be able to, or ability to move around the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep the defenders
Game
on
sense.
their toes.
Talk a lot about game sense. This is not the team you want to get stuck in a firefight and try and take ones first, because they're going to beat you. You're just playing right into their hands if you're trying to do that.
And if you beat them on the single swing, they're always going to double swing.
Exactly
that
right.
aggressive that they're going to double swing and refrag and trade you out. No matter if you win your ones or not, you will always lose the twos.
Yeah. But we just want to highlight the cost here right now. Oh my god, he's having some sort of impact on this game right now for his team. He is hitting every shot in the book. He is hitting nasty shot after nasty shot. He's hit. I could say he could have a highlight reel just off today's shots alone so far in this game. Kilo, he's having a monster impact.
He's having a big impact for 7F, and it's good to see him go off, because he from the stats, he's not had the best start to the season. He's only got a 0.7 KD.
Not anymore.
Up to the end of week 4. After this, he has definitely not had that. He's definitely had a lot more of an impact than that.
I'm liking the variety for 7F here with, you know, trap operators, and Melusi. I really still think Melusi's still useful, just from a sound and a sound. Yes, maybe the gadget's not as strong as it was, but I think from the sound point of view, it is she is an information and intel operator now at this point. Just giving the sound calls, so interesting to see her on the board.
And with a C4 in the pocket, you can place the C4 underneath one of those Melusi gadgets, so that when someone's in the rough vicinity, you place it a little bit differently. Wolf gonna just send it straight into the closet. Bunk finding the first kill for once onto the spying eye. Shrexnan finding Exoxy, and now we have a round 5v3 in favor this time of Orgless, with the 2 opening picks going their way for once. Lacoste on very low health, having taken a gunfight and deciding to not take it again. Oof is going to be downed and taken out by Rella. Aaron is aggressing onto site with the ace. That is a very, very powerful gun there.
I was going to say, get the wall. Get the wall, Aaron.
Using the utility and opening up the wall to try and find players on the back of site a little bit more.
Oh, Doki.
Doki is going to find one on eject, and that puts it back even at 3v3. But the health advantage is still very much squarely sitting with Orgless here.
Ooh.
Aaron's decided to dip out of that area and he's going to find one onto Lacoste. That's big kill there for Aaron. Going to be looking down into Trophy through the long angle that he's created with the spicy burritos. He's going to shoot out and find a couple of shots on Rella. He's going to get far too aggressive, but Rella is going to be able to trade that out as he didn't quite flick up quick enough. This will be the first round for Orgless, and it is Shrexnan finding the kill onto an over-aggressive Rella.
Really nice round there from Orgless. I think that was their, obviously we said they've been building slowly. Last round was a bit rough for them, but that one they didn't let last round disturb them. They said push through. They got their stuff together. They got 2 early frags that weren't traded out, which is very un-7F like. And they got early picks, and it shows how hard it is to hold sight in a 5-on-3. And they did it whilst it was admirable. 7F, great push, and a great round for Orgless.
I think as well, 7F got way too aggressive on a lot of those plays that they tried to make. It was not very, as you said, 7F like. Usually they're a lot more measured in their aggression. It's controlled aggression, not just let's swing everything. But that round seemed to be more let's swing everything, and they lost a lot of their gunfights that usually, if they'd controlled the aggression, they would have won those.
Absolutely. Pretty
elect to go to a different bomb site. They're bringing an extra C4 with Doki switching onto the Mozzie. Still not the amount of C4s that we saw from AVG, funnily enough.
Looks pretty stock standard. Same sort of lineup that they've just switched off the it was the vigil for the Mozzie. So same sort of, I guess, intel denying operator, I guess. And I guess he's going to get on a hard roam upstairs again, looks like that way.
But this time he's got that C4 in the back pocket, and you can use that to a little bit more effect than you could the impact grenades.
Agreed. What do we got here? Where are they pushing from? Looks like it's going to be a study push.
Study take again, yeah. They seem to be liking that.
Fixated on it, aren't they?
Or not.
No, they're a bit all over the joint. We got 5 random spawns here, it looks like. This is what I don't like to see. They pushed really well last round together. When they pushed together, and there's that entry pick from AD.
Zoxy finding the entry onto Buff, and that is the usual. But Lacoste is going to be found by Jekt, and that's not great if you are 7F, because you've lost your main player for this game. Exoxy is still going to have to step it up. Doki is going to look for that shot into that 90 corridor. I believe there is still a player from Orgless sitting in that 90 corridor, and Doki could find the kill there. Shrexnan on the rappel on 90 window. Doki just around the corner. Aaron is going to send it into Master here, or into walk-in. Looking for the shots in the bathroom.
You can see how nervous and tentative the push is, can't you? The respect they have for 7F, you can see it.
They've built that respect over a couple of rounds.
It's a little bit of very tentative push.
They realize, and Jekt does fall to Doki on that 90. Shrexnan not quite in a position to trade it out, but will know where Doki is. But Aaron does find one onto Doki, and that is going to be the end there. We've got a 3v3 health advantage in favor of Orgless still, with Exoxy having been tagged up in a previous gunfight. Shrexnan pre-firing out through into that tarps area, looking for gadgets now.
They didn't reinforce that wall, did you notice? Very interesting decision. Don't know if that was by choice or not.
I think it was by choice, as they've used 10 reinforcements elsewhere.
They have,
They've got none in the back pocket, but will send out for Aaron. He does know that is going to be there, but he's going to be tagged out by the spying eye. Rella is going to find one on the Shrexnan with the C4, but Aaron is going to find the spying eye. Going to try and open up that main push, but Get with the goo mine. He's on very little health. One tag will just take him out of the game.
Both he knows
the players.
He knows he's up there.
Know where he is.
Yep. Oh.
Rella playing off that bomb chassis. He's going to swing wide and gets too aggressive, leaving himself out in the open for Aaron to find his head.
Is that bomb?
He does not have the case. He's just going to sit inside with sight control. Exoxy knows he's got him beaten and has the case.
Very well played there. Very well played by Exoxy. Didn't realize the case was upstairs, so lovely, lovely hold there by 7F. Good, smart, intelligent siege by Exoxy, and all of a sudden, he is awoken. He's on 6 kills, 4 assists now, so another close round though. I believe Aaron is Mehmet too. Just got some information there, so I think we're safe to call him Mehmet. I believe that's Aaron.
Righto.
So
Last
yes.
time we called someone Mehmet, it turned out
we
it
were
wasn't
wrong.
Mehmet.
We were wrong, but I'm pretty
We were
pretty
wrong.
comfortable we're right here.
And that was Ryan on Insurgents that we were calling Mehmet. Sorry if you're in the chat, and good luck for your game tonight. But are we gonna see the Tachanka pick, or is that being 6-picked off? No, it's being 6-picked onto by Doki. We have a Tachanka on the board for an AVG hold. Now, we have been seeing this a little bit from the Pro League coming out in the Mexico Major. We saw a couple of smoke bans for this exact site, and it was held by the Tachanka, who also has a shield now. So he's become a viable smoke alternative. But
Agreed.
the shield is not being brought by any of the players on 7F.
Barbed wire. Yeah, we got barbed wire in the kit.
Barbed wire and shield are the two options that Tachanka has, and arguably the shield is much more important for the job that Tachanka does.
Could you imagine if Rooney had a C4 on her kit? How good she would be?
She would be insane. She
I
would
think
be
she's already
old
good.
She would
Milkroad's
be
got me
the-
onto her. Yeah. I love her
She
now.
would be the old,
Yeah.
like the old style Mozzie with the super shorty,
Yeah.
where you could just create rotates with
Yeah.
your fist, and you could
Her kit would be OP.
C4 from below. You have a little bit of information with the Aruni, the laser gates, and there's a lot that you can do with that current kit, and even more with the C4 in the back pocket. But
Oh,
it's like they're gonna go for
I like
a
it.
master
Yeah, I
take.
like it. They've
It's-
just been pushing Study into that death trap on that door, so it's good to see him mixing it up.
But we are
And
going to have
7F
double
are
roam
challenging,
here
yeah, they are
from
challenging.
Exoxy
They're gonna
and
challenge it.
The Spying Eye. The Spying Eye, we usually do see him on these operators of the Jaeger, the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
We haven't usually seen him on the Castle or any of those slower firing weapons. Just
Oh, trouble here.
I think it's good that he's been switched back and he hasn't had a very great start. But Exoxy finding the one onto Mehmet.
How
and
do
then
you
getting
how do you
Doki
lose that
traded
gunfight?
out. Oof.
AK versus that Orno. Oh,
C4 goes out, but Exoxy is going to be down before he can
Although they're all
do
there.
anything. That was very, very well read by
my
Jack to be able to
God.
find one, but the Spying Eye finds Jack, and now we're in a 2v1 for Bunk against Lacoste and the Spying Eye. Both of these players can
Oh
go big,
my
and there's the Spying Eye
God.
finishing it off with the drop.
what a bloodbath of trades there was there from both teams. That was incredible.
I missed half of them. I don't know why 7F decided to get incredibly aggressive on that door when Exoxy went down. It would have been better to just let them have that, let them have Astro, and set up some crosses for when they push out of it. But they backed in their gun skill, and it worked out in the end.
Tokyo, all G man. I've just checked over it. We can wait for him. It's fine. Just said it's all good, Tokyo. Just to give the guys some. I've checked it out, Tokyo. We'll Kilo and I can just talk through until he's ready, mate. No stress.
We got a player.
I
delayed.
don't want to distract from this game because we're focused on this one. But yeah, it's about next game. We're fine. We'll be good. A little bit of a delay, may possibly for the next game, but we're fine.
All good.
10
all
to
good.
10 to 15 minute delay, possibly. But we'll see how we go.
Okay, well we can run through some stats.
Exactly right. Yep.
We can work something
Plenty of things
out.
we can
rushed
work
into this game.
Exactly right. We didn't. Yeah.
So we have time. Looks like we're going to be going to the trophy and statuary site here. This was the first site that was played and the only site that was lost by Orgless as well. Oh, sorry, the only site that was lost by 7F. But we've gone through the split.
Yeah.
So, Orgless now on defense, 7F now on the attack, and we know that the Spying Eye now onto the ace as well. He's definitely gone big that last round. I think he got a 4K or a 3K there. That last round, because he was 2 and 3, I think. So it might have been a 4K that last
Oh,
round.
they're in, and they're hunting in packs here.
They're doubling and tripling those areas that need to be doubled and tripled and clearing out very effectively, but it is clearing with the face checking. Not a lot of drone work that we're seeing, that we see some of the other teams do. And it's going to nearly bite them as, I think it was, yes, Bunk doesn't quite manage to hit the shots onto Doki. And if he did, that could have been an early pick onto, but the early pick is going to go the way of 7F. Finding Jekt. Second, Boof does find one onto Lacoste. I think that's Doki finding one onto Shrexnan, and then Boof finding one onto Doki. Bunk being taken out by the spying eye.
Ooh.
But is going to be retraded out with Boof taking out Exoxy on those stairs. Relapse the finding Aaron. Or Mehmet. He's going to leave them in
Rella.
a 1v2.
Really nice, Rella.
Rella finding one onto Boof, and that's match point for 7F.
Oof. I want to focus on and we need to say that I don't think Orgless are getting smashed off the park here. I know it's 6-1, and anyone would be thinking, what are you talking about here, Adam? What can you possibly be coming out with it? But for a team that was put together fairly last minute as giving the league a bit of a chop at it, I think they've been admirable. They're playing against the top team in the league. I repeat, the top team that is undefeated, that has, you know,
the only undefeated team
in the entire league, and there's been some really close rounds that has been trade for trade.
It's come down to this. There's been 3 rounds that have been 2v1.
2v1, yeah.
In favor of 7F. So they've just won one more trade than they could have. But sometimes they've had those plays that there was one that I specifically remember where it was 2v1 in favor of Orgless, and they lost 2 gunfights to someone on 1 tap of health. I believe that was
great. It was Doki. It was Doki. It was Doki. Yeah, it was Doki. Yeah. On the vigil, he got a couple of kills in very light health.
No, it was Rella.
Oh, it was Rella, was it?
The Bandit.
Yep, sorry. Yep,
Rella on the
right.
Bandit.
Yep.
And he managed to find those 2 picks right at the end of the round that were just closed it out in favor of 7F. We could be looking at
actually Rella on the blitz, Lion Finker. Oh, this is gonna go down very fast this round. Either way. This
could be very messy for either team, or it could be a very clear sweep of dominance for either team as well. It depends on how well they're going to set up. With that castle on the board as well, it could stunt the rush that it looks like they're setting up from those operator picks.
Oh, I want to see where this rush is coming from. Oh, there it is. Yep. He's going to get on the blitz. The blitz is the one you want to get on. Or is he? He's got to go first, surely. I think he is. Are they sending him in? They're going to gong 6 straight in. Here we go. They're ready. Looks like they're setting up for it. They're setting up for it. Here we go.
But it does look like Orgless is setting up a counter push as well on that castle door. They've spotted them on cams. They know exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Setting up a little bit of a stalemate here. Player has moved off that.
They only just shot the camera. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
Finker has gone, sending it in, but Bunk finds the C4, Jekt finds 2, Aaron finds 1, Doki, Exoxy, only the spying eye left, and Aaron finds the spying eye to win it for Orgless.
That went down, and that was fun. That was fun. I liked it, and I liked the counter strat. It was spotted out by Orgless, and wow, did that go down very, very fast.
Spotted out very quickly on the cam there. They did have the player on the smoke. I believe that was Jekt on the smoke there. Spotting out that rush coming from Bike, and then getting his team in position to counter that rush as well. The C4 was fantastically placed against the Blitz as well. As soon as he was in through that door, bang, C4 off, and that is the end of that rush.
I very much enjoyed that round. It's good to see a strat and then a counter strat. There was strategy to both those pushes. People can't say, oh, it's still a rush strat, but they had the right operators in place to execute it. But Orgless was just that little bit better, and they did spot it out on the camera, as you quite rightly point out, and they took too long to take the camera out. 7F, there was all 3 of them were spotted, so they saw all 3 of the lineup. They've seen the line to Finker, and they've just walked straight into it, unfortunately. But it was fun. That was fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. That was an entertaining round.
I think it's also 7F trying to mix up the pace just that little bit. They might have taken a little bit too long to execute, but they did go for it. They noticed that there wasn't too much of a roam presence as well from Orgless. playing that little bit more tentative game and really respecting the gun skill that 7F do have.
Indeed.
And they've gone back to their almost more standard lineup here with their operator choices.
I do like the way they defended that. I thought that was really good, and it's just nice to see, you know, that was a strategic round. I know that sounds stupid again, but it was a very strategic round based on, ooh, run out here. Ooh, can he get the shot? No.
I don't know how strategic that was, but didn't seem to have done anything apart from give away the position of the Cade for the moment.
I think we'll go back to a settled round here. I think they were just trying to pinch the win there. And they really wanted. Oh, very nice shot from Rella. Oh,
Rella,
I love that angle. I love that angle.
Aaron.
Love that angle.
A nice angle. Jex being tagged up in a separate gunfight elsewhere. Pre-fires coming out once again from Rella. Spying Eye sending it into walk-in and looking to try and find any player that's here. Bunk being taken out by Lacoste on the Ash. Having a big game here.
Lacoste has been nasty today. Absolutely nasty.
No one's tangled with Lacoste.
Oh, nice shot,
Too
Wolf.
much, except the Buff, who does find one. Jack finds two onto Exoxy as well, and that's two of the big players off the board. The Spying Eye, who's also had a massive game, finding Jack. Doki finding Shreks now, and it leaves Buff in a 1v3 situation. He does have to clutch this out if they want to keep Orgless in the game. Not managing to find the kill, but does land a lot of damage on Doki. They know where he is. He hasn't moved, and Doki is going to wallbang him straight through there.
There, and getting the yellow pings out. They knew where he was. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not a bad game. I feel it was a fairly entertaining game there, Kilo. I enjoyed that game.
Not a bad game at all, and it could have been a different result. There could have been a couple of rounds that went Orgless's way, and we could have been looking at a 4-5, 4-6 at this point in time.
Not a bad game at all. I very much enjoyed that game. Good start. I know it was a 7-2. Lacoste has got to be mentioned here. Lacoste just had a monster game. Exoxy did his thing as he normally does. Business as usual for the 7F.